Good morning. Welcome to some Pilates today. I'm looking forward to keeping you guys in good condition. We're going to focus on some strength, some spine work, and just give you a good full body workout. So if you've got a towel or a mat, we're going to start standing on there. I'm going to face the side so that you can see me. And we'll have your feet together. You can open your toes to where that's comfortable, and then your heels in line with your toes. Okay. Hands interlaced behind your head, and we'll bend your knees over your toes just gently. We're going to start by nodding your chin to your chest, and here I just want you to trace a figure of 8 right to left with your head, and gently release that neck. And then we'll bring your head back to your center, and give me a little bit of pressure between your head and your hands. So we're pushing your head into your hands into your head, and we're going to roll down like that through your spine, one bone at a time, and you're going to head towards your knees. From here, reach your head out into a flat back, nice wide chest, and we hinge all the way up to standing. And we'll go again, chin to chest, rolling down through the spine, one bone at a time, extend out into that flat back, and we hinge all the way up. One more this way, chin to chest, down through that spine, extend all the way out, and we hinge again in that flat back, up to standing. We reverse this direction. I'm going to start with our hinge, all the way forward, from those hips, hold that flat back. Now bend your knees just that little bit more round the tailbone, and we curl all the way up through the spine, and we stand tall, ready for our hinge again, all the way forward. Exhale, round your spine, and slowly stack from the bottom to the top. Last one this way. Hinge forward, and then we're going to exhale and round your spine there. And release your arms down to your mat. Hold on to your right ankle, nose towards your right knee, so small rotation, and we stretch your left. And I want that stretch all the way up the back of that leg. And we'll go over to the left, holding onto your left ankles, bending your left knee, stretching your right. And come back to your center there. You can drop your tailbone. And we roll all the way up again with your head hanging heavy. Standing tall, shoulders wide. We'll take your hands interlaced behind your head again. And we'll bend your knees over your toes. You're going to lift your heels just off the mat. Find your balance there. Now keep your hips and your knees facing towards me as you rotate all the way over to the right with that upper body. And we come back through your center. It's that rotation through the spine that we want. Exhale as we go to your left. And come back to your center. Let's go back to our right. And use your exhale as we come back to center. And give me just one more to your left. Exhale, come back to your center there. Release your hands onto your hips. You're still on your toes. Stretch all the way up through the knees. These are ankle exercises. We bend your knees over your second toe. Keeping those inner thighs working, we stretch all the way up. Bending for 2. Exhale, extend up. We've got 3 more. And exhale, extend. We're going to go for 2 more, staying on that balance. All 10 toes equally weighted. And our last one, we're going to bend our knees over those toes. Float your arms out to a nice T position, your palms are up, and we do little pulses down. 1, exhale 2, exhale 3, and 4, 5, 1 more. Hold it there, fold your arms back in, we lower your right heel. Your head height stays the same. We change feet. 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one for 10. From here, we're now going to rise up through the feet, lower your right heel, and push over your left toes. We're bending both knees. We rise up and we change. We push over that foot. Rise and change. 3. And we rise and change for 4. Exhale up. 5. And go for 6. And for 7. And 8. And give me just 2 more. 9. And last one for 10. Both heels on your mat there for me, please. Take your arms up overhead. Palms facing each other. Shoulders are far away from those ears. And we reach up and over to your right into a side bend. Reaching long out of those left fingers. And exhale up through center, up and over to your left. Remember, we're always reaching as long as possible. So we go up and over to the right. And exhale, center. And up and over to your left. And exhale, come back to your center there. Let's try one more each way. Up and over to your right. Use your exhale to come back to the center. And up and over to your left. And come back to the center there. Let's release the arms out. We're going to take our legs nice and wide. Heels inside of your toes, so we're in our turned out position. And from here, we're going to go into a nice bend. Take your arms up. And we release. And 2. Release. And 3. Release. Good for 4. And again, check that your knees are following your second toe. And we're not going into too much external rotation. 3. Go for 2. And last one, we're going to stay down. Your arms can reach forward. And we're going to pulse down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one for 6. Hold it there. Open your arms out to that T position again. You can turn your palms down for this one. We're going to rotate towards your right leg. So we rotate through your left foot. We close your left arm. And we try and keep your head height the same again. And then we back out. We're going to go back to the same side. Swiveling your left foot. And rotating back to the second. And go for 3. And back. We're going to do 3 more. Towards your right side. And to the center. And for 2. And center. Last one, please. Hold it there. So we're in quite a nice lunge here. We're trying to have 90-90 at both knees. Arms can come in to the hips. Now, I want you to draw into a posterior tilt. So that means you're going to try and draw your belly button up towards your spine and activate your abs a little bit more. So we're tucking that pelvis a little bit. And that's going to get you that stretch all the way down through that hip flexor and quad. And here we do our 6 pulses again. Down for 1. Exhale, 2. And 3. 4. 5. And 6. Hold it there and reach your arms forward. And we come back to your center. We're doing everything towards your left foot. So we rotate that right leg and we swivel. And come back to your center. Rotate 2. And center. And 3. And center. And 4. And we hold this last one. We bring your hands onto your hips. We get that tilt in the pelvis. So no squeeze in the glutes, just thinking of drawing the abs in. We pulse it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can reach your arms forward. And rotate back to your center. And just stretch up through the knees. Walk your feet back together. And we're going to go to lie on your mat. Okay. So you want to have feet again. Open your toes and your heels in line. So we're in our parallel hip width position. We're going to have a neutral pelvis. So you can just check that you're not lying in too much of a flexion or too much of extension. Head resting on your mat. And arms just by your sides, but reach them long so they feel quite active. From here, we're going to take a good inhale. And then with our exhale, we're going to use those abs. And we're going to imprint and squash that lower back onto your mat. And then release back to that neutral we had. Exhale, imprint, squash that lower back, but now hold it there and check that your glutes are not working. It should only be abs. And release back to your neutral. And just one more. Exhale, squash that lower back into your mat. And now we lift the pelvis up and off. We're looking for our pelvic curl, so that's one line from shoulders to knees. Feel like your knees are reaching away from you. Your heels are drawing towards those glutes. And we've got a nice rib and ab connection here as well. And we're going to slowly roll back down. One bone at a time. And release back to your neutral. This is such a good exercise for your spine. Exhale, we imprint. And we lift all the way up and off. You want to make sure that you've still got hip bones drawing down towards ribs. And slowly all the way down. And back to your neutral. And let's go for one more again. We imprint. So we squash that lower back, then we lift that pelvis up and off. And I like to think of an ice cream scoop there. Hold this position for me. We're going to squeeze this left glute and left hamstring even more. And we're going to exhale your right leg up to bent 90. Hold it there. We do little taps, 3 taps down towards your mat. And exhale up, keeping the shape at the knee. 4, 2. Exhale, lift. Last one. And lift. Put that right foot onto your mat. Square off the hips. Check in with your abs, your glutes, your hamstrings. Squeeze the right side. And lift that left leg up. We go down for 3. Exhale, lift. 2. Exhale, lift. Last one there. And put that left foot onto your mat. Square off the hips. And let's slowly peel the spine down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Back onto your mat. And back to your neutral. From here, reach your arms up for me, please. Palms facing each other. As you can see, the shoulders are still drawing down towards the mat. And we exhale your right leg up to bent 90. 90 at your hip, 90 at your knee. Exhale that left leg up to join it. Make sure there's no shifting in your pelvis, no movement anywhere else. From here, make the movement quite small because your arms are up. Take your legs up and over to the right side of the room. My left hip is lifting off the mat so my knees stay in line. And exhale back to center. Up and over to your left. Make sure both shoulders stay on the mat and there's no movement in your arms. Back to center. Legs up and over to your right. Good, this is oblique work. Exhale, use it as you come back to center. Up and over to your left. And exhale back to your center. One more each way, please. Up and over to the right. I'm thinking of that oblique muscle. Back to the center. Last one over to your left. And use your exhale, come back to center. For today we're going to leave our legs up. If it is too much on your lower back, please just lower them onto your mat. We've got interlaced fingers behind your heads. And my elbows are up in my periphery. Ribs are still connected. And I've still got that neutral pelvis. We look down your nose. Lift your head, lift your chest. Big exhale as we lift up. Draw up a little bit higher. And lower the chest. Lower the head. We're only coming up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Exhale, lift the head, lift the chest. And draw up higher as we lower all the way down. This is all for abs. Exhale, lift the head, lift the chest. And draw up higher as we lower all the way down. We've got 3 more. Lift the head, lift the chest. Draw up even higher. And exhale again as you lower. Think of lengthening through that head. 2 more. Exhale. Lift the head. Lift the chest. Lift up higher. And lower all the way down. Last one, we're going to stay up there. We lift your head and we lift your chest. We're going to stay up in that chest as we tap your right toes back down towards your mat. And exhale, we change. 4, 2. Exhale, 3. Brushing your knees past each other. 4. Exhale, 5. Last one for 6. Good, we're going to add a rotation, so towards your right leg. Keep changing. Exhale, 2. Looking just past that leg. 3. Exhale, 4. And 5. And 6. Come back to your center. Grab behind your knees. See if you can drop a little bit higher in the chest. And then use your exhale and rock yourself off your mat. We're going to sit tall. Extension through the spine. Flexed feet. And we're going to have hands interlaced behind the head again. So we can really open up that chest. So from here, we want to make sure there's no movement in your feet and through your pelvis as well. We rotate. Let's go to your left first. And then you exhale and reach a little bit further. And we come back through the center, sit even taller. And we rotate again over to your right. Reach further and back to your center. Exhale, left. Reach and center. Let's go right. Reach and center. And again, we've got one more each way. Left. Reach and center. Last one over to your right. Reach and come back to your center. We reach your arms forward. Again, they're shoulder width, shoulder height. And we open your legs out mat width. Again, check that you are sitting equally on both sides. Sitting tall as well. We're going to start nodding your chin to your chest. Now think if you were sitting up against a wall, you'd peel your spine all the way off that wall. And we reach forward inside of your toes. And we reach just that little bit further. And slowly we stack from the bottom to the top up against that wall again, sitting tall. For 2, we chin to chest. And we roll down through the spine. We reach forward for those toes. We reach just that little bit further. And slowly all the way up through that spine to sit tall. And we've got just one more, chin to chest. Down through your spine. We're going to add on to this one. So head towards your toes, hold it there. Now we lift your arms up next to those ears, and then we reach into a little bit of an extension on a diagonal. You're going to pulse your arms up. Exhale. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and last one for 6. Reach the arms forward, round the spine, and slowly all the way up, one bone at a time. Well done. We're going to turn over onto hands and knees to our 4-point kneeling. So in this position, you just want to check that your hips are directly over your knees and your shoulders are directly over your wrists. Again, you want to find your neutral spine, so that's too far, and we are somewhere in the middle. Wide chest as well. And from here, we're going to go into our cat stretch. So you're going to exhale. Start by drawing your belly button to your spine and dropping your tailbone towards your mat. We round into your deepest flexion, nose towards your knees. Through your neutral, open your chest and take it up into an upper back extension. Nice long neck. Exhale, we tuck the tail. We round the spine. We think of nose to knees. Trying to get into the lower back stretch. Through that neutral and into an extension. And just one more. Round your spine, into a nice deep flexion, and come through your neutral and out into an extension. We'll come back to your neutral spine. We'll take your right leg out behind you, toes on your mat. Left leg out behind you, toes on your mat. And we're coming into a nice plank position, low pelvis, weight forward over your wrists. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We brush your right leg in along your mat and send it back. Left leg and back. Exhale, right and left. One more with each leg, right. And last one with the left. Hold it there. Take your tailbone up into a nice downward dog. Push your heels down into the mat behind you. Nice wide chest. And we'll rotate back into that plank. Bend your right knee in, your left knee in. And we go into what we call a rest position over your heels. And reaching your arms out in front of you just for a quick breath. In through the nose. And out through that mouth. You can roll up through the spine. And we're going to face lengthways on your mat, so we can lie on your right side. Now you want to line up your hips and your shoulders and have your legs just 10 degrees in front of you, so I can see my toes from here. And my head is resting on the arm, and we can have fingers in front or along the legs. From here we've got a good inner thigh squeeze. We're going to use that oblique again and lift both legs up and off your mat. And we lower back down, trying not to roll backwards either in those hips. Exhale, lift, lift, lift. And lower back down. And we go for 3. And lower down. We've got 3 more on this side. Exhale up for 3. And lower down. Exhale, we lift up for 2. Lower back down. And just your last one there. Hold it there. And just check if you can lift it a little bit higher. Lower both legs down. And we're going to roll onto your stomachs. We're going to glue your hands into the side seams of your pants, which means your arms are getting some tricep work. Shoulders are wide. And we hover your nose in the center. Now we also think of drawing that belly button away from the mat. So we've got a nice long lower back. On your inhale, small movement there for me. We roll a marble forward with your nose. And we lift your head and your chest just into that upper back extension, working between those shoulder blades. Exhale, lower, all the way down. Inhale, look slightly forward. Lift the head, lift the chest. Try and make sure the abs are helping you and that long lower back is still there. And exhale, we lower. And this is for 3. We lift the nose, we lift the head, lift the chest. And exhale, lower. And let's do just one more. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, reaching long out of the fingers. See if you can lift a little bit higher. And exhale as we lower all the way down. We're going to roll onto your left side. I'm going to face away from you just so that you can see my back as well and how I line up with the back of my mat. Legs just in front, squeezing those inner thighs and the hand in front of your chest. On your exhale, use that oblique again and lift both legs up and off your mat. And we lower down. And exhale up, 2. And lower. Exhale, go for 3. And lower. We've got 3 more. And lower those legs down. Exhale up, 2. And lower. And just 1 more. See if you can lift that a little bit higher again. And lower both legs down. Head back onto your stomach for me. And we've got your arms out in front of you. Palms down for me, please, towards your mat. Hover your nose again in the center. And draw that belly button away from that mat. We lift your arms this time. Little upper back extension. We take your right arm a bit higher. And we're going to exhale and change. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Like we're swimming. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it there. And exhale. Let's lower all the way down. We go for 1 more set. Lift your arms, your head, your chest. And we lift your right arm a bit higher. And we change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it there. And release all the way down. And you can just fold yourself back again over those heels. Into a quick rest position. We'll curl up through the spine, and we'll do just one quick hamstring stretch because that's generally what most people need. So heel is on your mat, nice straight leg. Just check that you have this foot in line with that knee. So we're trying to find our balance here. Hips are nice and square and in line. So we reach our arms up by those ears, and from here we're just going to hinge the body forward, reaching long out of the fingers and the head. And when you can't anymore, you can lower those fingers down next to the foot and just fold yourself forward. And you're going to get that stretch all the way up through the calf, the back of the knee, and into that hamstring. If it is very neural and through your nerves, you're going to point your toes. But that is up to you. And from here, you're going to go forward over that front foot, and we go into that posterior tilt again, where we think of lengthening that lower back, and we're getting that stretch down through that hip flexor. If this is not enough of a stretch, you can tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and push your pelvis down towards the mat. And that's a much deeper stretch. Bend that back leg, and we'll push back and we'll swap to your left leg. Heel on your mat, square hips, and we've got our balance there as we take our arms up. And we hinge forward, over that front leg, and hands come down next to that foot, and you can fold yourself forward and find that stretch, either with a flexed foot or a pointed foot. And we'll go forward through to that front foot, nice tilt through the pelvis, getting into that hip flexor. Otherwise we can tuck that toe, stretch the knee, and get that stretch through that hip flexor. We can lower that back knee, and we'll come up to standing on your mat. We're going to end with some roll downs like we started with, and this is just for you to assess your body as well as just to relax through that spine and everything that we've worked. So feet again are parallel hip width. We've got soft knees over your toes. This time we're going to do it with long arms by your sides, wide chest, and we nod your chin to your chest. We roll all the way down through the spine, one bone at a time. And we use gravity when we're at the bottom to just take our head right to left again for that neck. Relax your head, fold your arms in, hold onto your elbows, and we go right to left with your body. Just trying to relax through the muscles we've worked. And come back to your center, release your elbows, drop your tailbone, and slowly roll all the way up. One bone at a time. With straight knees, let's just test your balance. Rise up onto your toes. Let's see if you can look over to the right side of your room, through your center and over to your left. Look center, lower slowly through the feet, and let's go for one more roll down. Soft knees, chin to chest, all the way down to those toes. Take a good inhale at the bottom there, and as you exhale, round all the way up through that spine, and we stand tall. Thank you very much for joining today. If you enjoyed it and you found it really helpful for you in this time, there are also videos that you can purchase from 5, 6, 7, 8. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that and found something useful. Have an awesome day.